Okay, I was about to start recording, but then I was going like this, to fix my hair, but then I like missed my hair and scraped my forehead. Now there's like this red mark here. My fingernails were so sharp. Anyways, this video is sponsored by The Jump. Our task today is to see if we can find something that someone has sent to me which I can make art with. That's right, another episode of You Send It, I Art It, the sequel to the famously popular You Dealt It, I Smelt It. For real though, this show is a bit of a ripoff of some other show by a skate channel I found on YouTube once, where they have a show called You Send It, We Skate It, where they would try skating on things that people would send to them, right? So some of you have probably heard of that. Shout out to them for giving me the idea for this segment, which has been pretty cool. Now, let's take a moment to talk about The Jump. It's a really cool new social network, and I've partnered with The Jump to set up something called Pen Pals, which is a place I would like to invite all of you to, and you can join. It doesn't matter what your level of enthusiasm or skill or talent is relating to anything art. You can just go, enjoy yourself. It's a good place to just start scrolling, right? Scroll, look at things. You can post things. I know it says Pen Pals, but it's wonderful for all art-related things. If you're ink or paint or thread or paper, it's just any of this, right? Go, get inspired, get motivated, get encouraged, chit-chat with other artists. Look at the stuff they post, discuss it with them. It's a pretty cool place. I've been really encouraged by the stuff that I see other people posting there, and there's been some good conversations as well. So click the link in the description to join. Thejump.com/penpals is waiting for you. Anyways, I do have a couple things to open here. I'm sorry if you sent something and it didn't make it into a video. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I just open it and enjoy it, and I thank you. Okay. The first thing we got here is from Zach. Thank you, Zach. There's a little pull tab right here. I'm going to pull on this string I'm just going to slide the string off. Okay, well, we are doing pretty good so far as you send it, I art it. Our first item is a pen, a cross pen. Not a cross, like a cross, but the brand is Cross. As you can see here, it says Cross, made in USA. And then here, it says G.C. Culberson. Wait a second. Oh, this is a mechanical pencil. I've never had a mechanical pencil like this where you twist it and the lead comes out, and then you can twist it again and the lead goes back in. That's different. That is definitely a different kind of mechanical pencil that I haven't had so far. Very interesting. Looks to be made primarily of metal. Here's some art. Here, I'm guessing this is me because this is kind of what I looked like when the whole pie crust incident happened. Here's me thinking, rip pie crust. Thank you for the drawing and the remembrance of that heartbreaking occasion. Here's a letter from Zach. It says, Dear Peter, really wanted to thank you for all of the wonderful content you put out. It was you who inspired me to start drawing. Along with this letter, I have enclosed two things. A bit of art, a portrait of you, a mechanical pencil. I want to point out that this is no ordinary pencil. It is rather mysterious. One of my friends found this beauty laying on the ground. He then passed it down to me. First, I noted the nice quality of the pencil. Then I noted the odd name inscribed onto the side. Wow. I said, Peter would probably enjoy drawing with such a relic. So here we are. Here you are. The pencil lays now in front of you. It does. I hope you like it. Maybe it is even good enough to be a you send it, I art it. Hey, here we are. No matter what happens, I hope you enjoy. P.S. I tried your bachelor pie recipe. It was amazing. Zach. Hey, well, I'm glad you enjoyed the bachelor pie recipe. Thank you for passing on this found item. G.C. Culberson. All right. Thank you again, Zach. Next up, we have another little package like this, into which I will incise, hopefully without hurting myself or what's ever inside. Ah, here we are. Some pencils. You guys see these? They're very plain. And I say that it's a good thing. Huh. I will admit I kind of like how there's like a concave cut to this tip. And I am very much entranced by the total lack of markings anywhere on the pencil, right? It's just completely plain black. It's very attractive to me. And there was like, I don't see like a note or anything with this. Just came 5 black pencils of the apocalypse on that fateful day came into my life. So we have so far in this video 5 pencils, 6 pencils, looking like maybe we might be doing some pencil drawing, which is okay with me. Now, what do we have next? Here is a rattly one. All right, here's another little shipment to me from Federalist pens and paper. Check them out, Federalist pens online. What have they sent me? Oh, Euchers. I've been thinking about one of these for a while. Peter, thanks again. 2 pens. One Euchers brand. Oh, it's a felt tip pen, right. And one J. Herbin brand fountain pen. Medium point. Oh, thank you, Frank, for the shipments here. I do want to look at this because this is, oh wait, is it Twister? Sometimes you don't know if it's a Twister pull off, and you think you might. Not so often I get a felt tip that is refillable, right? And it comes with a cartridge here, but I think you can also put pistons in it. In fact, like this Cowico piston looks pretty close. I kind of want to see if that fits in there. It feels like it fits in there. So one thing I'm a little bit skeptical about is one of the main things that wears out on a felt tip pen is the tip. See, a lot of the other refillable pens we have, or I have at least, like my Rotring, a technical pen, it's an entirely metal tip. Fountain pens, refillable, entirely metal tips. Here, a refillable pen, which has a felt tip. But I should give it a shot, and don't judge it, before I try it. I think I will try it with this Cowico converter, though, because it seems to fit in there really good. Wait, no, it doesn't fit in there. There's like I feel like it should fit on there because there's like space, but it seems like there's a false bottom. Anyways, I do have a lot of these cartridges somewhere. One point in my life, I stocked up and bought about 1 billion of these, but I might have bought blue ones. I'm just going to push this in there real quick so that it can be seeping in. I don't know if I'm 100% sure going to use this today because we have a lot of contenders for what to use. It does look nice and clean, design-wise, style-wise. And then here is a J. Herbin pen. In the past, my main experiences with J. Herbin have been their extensive selections of ink. J. Herbin. Iridium point. I do like the clear demonstrator style because even though I mostly only put black ink in my pens, it's still nice to be able to see what's going on in there. Oh, this comes with a A clear converter in a clear pen. It's just like clear on clear on clear. It's so cool. It's like having x-ray vision, but your x-ray vision only applies to your pen. What's not to like about that? Especially if you are a person that uses lots of nice colorful inks. You get to see everything that's going on in there. Or if you're using glow ink, right? Very cool. All right, 2 serious options right there. Euchers, J. Herbin, or is it a silent H, like an herb? But the name Herb, you say the H. Right, and I think our last item today is a Le Box, which has some contents. Let me read this post-it note. This says, this is to Dan. Hello, Peter. I didn't know it was going to be your birthday when I put this together for you, so happy birthday. Please enjoy. Stephanie, a.k.a. Skindapsis. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. It's very kind of you. Very kind of you. Is it okay for me to open Dan's mail? Or should maybe I actually don't, I think he can read. But maybe I'll open it and then read it to him. How about that? You guys do deserve another update on Dan, by the way. Some cute little doilies for his apartment. You guys see this? Look at these tiny, tiny little doilies. He doesn't need to read this after all. I'll go give these to him now. Actually, I'll film that in a second after I get to that part. But after this unboxing part, we'll cut to a bit with Dan, okay? I'm putting these off to the side right here. They're adorable. Don't worry, we'll check up on Dan in a second, but let's get to what's in the rest of this first. Specs, spectacularly magnetic. Oh, there's multiple things in there. Warning, keep away from all children. Do not put in your nose or mouth. Swallowed magnets can stick across intestines, causing serious injury or death. Finally got it open. I probably edited out like half an hour of me fiddling with this thing just now. There's one. Oh, look at this little thing. It's like a piece of metal. I guess that's what you like chop it with. Oh, there's not actually more in there. It was a mirror. Wait, maybe there is. Oh, this is accessories. That was tricky. Shows you like different little things you can do with it. Spheres, cubes. Just trying to open this without hurting myself. I think this maybe has the potential to be a really crazy fidget toy if I don't instantly lose a bunch of these, right? Oh, that's crazy. I kind of want to stop recording now and just go sit and play with this for a while. This is like one of those things I always saw at like the store, and I always kind of wanted it, but I couldn't justify buying it, right? I don't know how to make it into a satisfying shape again. I'll have to read the instruction manual. Right now it's just a bunch of, just like a blob. I could get inspiration from this. Thank you. I like it. I feel like I like it more than I should. There we go. I've contained the sample. Okay, and next we have some tea. Is this a note also? I'll get to that in a second. One of these bags is bagged and one isn't. See, this is actually good because I've been trying to maybe get into intermittent tea. I quit coffee, but after quitting coffee because I felt like I was addicted to it, it's not hypocritical of me to start drinking some tea intermittently, right? I don't want to become addicted to this too. Is tea addictive? It's got healthy benefits, right? Maybe it's a good thing to get addicted to. I don't know, but maybe coffee had some healthy benefits too. I've heard the WHO says you should drink 4 cups of coffee a day. When I was in Seattle, Portland, I went to this Japanese tea house, and they gave you this tea, and it was in this amazing little like tea set, and it was just like I loved like the calm ritual of it, the intentionality of it, and like there's this little sign that, let me find it on my phone. Give me a second. I'll edit this part out. The little sign on the table said this: drink your tea slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the world earth revolves. Slowly, evenly, without rushing toward the future. And at first it seemed kind of silly, like, I just want to have some tea. I don't want to get into it so much. But then I was like actually doing it, and it was so nice. Like I kind of want to do that again, like on my own, out on the balcony or something. So here we've got some Lapsang Souchong, steep 3 to 5 minutes at 208. So I think this is one of the things I ran into before, is that a lot of the teas seem like they do best at certain temperatures, but then I got discouraged about trying to get my water at these specific temperatures, 208 degrees or 195 degrees. My tea kettle is electric, but it doesn't. I have seen tea kettles which you can set at certain temperatures, but mine isn't one of those. So I was like, should I get one of those? Or should I just stick my thermometer in the water and then just keep heating it up and cooling it down until it's right at the right moment? And then I just got discouraged because it was too much, and I was trying to do all this research about which tea kettles and tea cups to buy, and I don't know, it was just, I got overwhelmed. It's okay if I take a whiff. Oh, that was actually really nice. It was like I got hit with images of like a campfire, but also like an old bookstore. It smells very kind of rustic and musty, but not in a bad way. No wonder I got the campfire feeling, because it says smoked. It's smoked tea, it says, so. But I have to smell this one too. I hope you don't mind. Can I take a minute to smell this one too? Do you mind? Oh, wow. This one smells very fruity, citrusy. Maybe like mango, strawberry, passion fruit, guava, star fruit, dragon fruit. Getting notes of fruit. Peach. Oh, it was peach all along. I named all the fruits except for peach. It's a peach oolong. Oolong tea, green tea, flavor. Oh, flavor is an ingredient. That's interesting. Putting the tea over here next to Dan's doilies. Okay. What does this note say? It says, I know it's not the correct season for this, but I had to make it. Please enjoy. Oh, don't worry. Seasons, they come and go. So far, we haven't entered a nuclear winter yet, so far there has been a consistent cycle of hot and warm. You guys see this? This is amazing. Did I inadvertently create my whole personality to revolve around hot dogs? The hot dog, it hangs out of the end of the bun and everything. A little squirt of mustard on there. Yeah, that's a foot long, at least. Mustard on both sides. This is like some weird kind of Mobius hot dog. Really, technically, it's a sandwich. It's more of a hoagie with a hot dog bun in the middle, but I'll let it slide because most people won't see both sides of the scarf at once. That is very, very nice. Very well done. I am impressed, thankful, grateful. Thank you, Stephanie, for the stuff. Thank you, everyone who sent something just now and all the rest of the time. Here's what I'm thinking as far as the art we make from what you sent. I'm going to put aside these ink pens for another day. And then we are going to take these pencil pens for today. And we will find a sketchbook to draw in, find some sketchbook that seems like it's begging for some fresh graphite. And I will draw with this mechanical pencil and also these, which I'm assuming since there's 5 of them, maybe they're of different hardnesses, but now I'm thinking that is maybe the main downside to having no markings on a pencil is that you don't know what hardness they are, but I can test them out, do a little testing to see. You can kind of tell once you scribble with them a bit if they're hard or soft leads, so let's do some pencil drawing. Then again, I could combine pencil and ink. How about we try the Euchers, which by now the ink has come down to the nib. Seems to be working very well. Euchers. All right, cool. So let's, how about I'm going to draw first some stuff, maybe very spare. I'll try to draw very, I can hear it rattling in here. I wonder what's rattling in there. That's why it didn't fit. There was another ink cartridge in there. So the piston converter probably does fit, but there was another ink cartridge in here. Okay, I'm glad I figured that out. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's my plan. Draw. I mean, it might happen in the actual video. You'll find out. Draw with this. Follow it up with some pencils. Good. Let's go check on Dan. Give him these doilies. Okay? Let's go see. And then we'll draw. I know it's a lot of video without drawing, but Peter draws. That's just a name. And a rose by any other name would be as sweet, and so would I. Okay, hey, here we are outside of Hank's apartment. I'm gonna knock. Hank, coming in. Okay, here he is. Yeah, I have noticed lately he does sit pretty stiff. Like, I think he just finds it hard to relax sometimes, or maybe he was in the middle of cheering for something on TV, although I don't know why he wouldn't sit on the couch. Wait, I forgot the doilies. Okay, got the doilies. I'm gonna put one right here on his coffee table, and then one over here under the vase on his table. Now you've noticed he does have a toilet now. My cousin sent this over. Thank you, cousin. He's got the whole pull chain thing going on here. No, he doesn't keep the lid down. He lives by himself. He's a dude. It's all gravy. But the seat's always down with this kind of toilet. There's a little privacy screen to give him some, well, privacy, I guess, if he does have guests over. And he started to let me keep some stuff downstairs in his apartment because he started to keep some stuff upstairs here. Check it out. Yeah, that's right. Dan's been saving up a little bit of his allowance. And, well, he wanted a Ducati, so he got one. And, I mean, it's nice. I mean, he's almost cooler than I am now. I mean, look at this. He doesn't let me ride it, but he can't really stop me from going like this. He keeps a chair up here. It's like a little man cave for him when I'm not around. I'm like, hey, just don't drink any of my orange juice, or my almond milk, or my cream soda. Sure, you can keep your motorcycle there, but keep it clean, keep it tidy, and we'll get along fine, okay? Enjoy the doilies, Dan. I'm gonna go draw now, okay, buddy? Have fun. Alright, so I made some changes to the plans. I executed it a little differently. First of all, I didn't just use a random sheet of paper. I thought it would be more in the spirit of you send it, I art it, to draw on one of the pieces of paper, or to draw on anything that I got in one of these packages. And I noticed that I did get a piece of paper in one of these packages. That is, the piece of paper with which the cross mechanical pencil was wrapped. Okay, and this is a very wrapped up, wrinkled, crumpled piece of paper, because for some reason that pen was just like wrapped in it. I don't know. I guess it was just for safekeeping. But if you think back to that part of the video, or skip back to it, it's very tightly wrapped, and so there are some very tight, like very crisp wrinkles, and I guess wrinkles, folds, I guess is another word. And it was very interesting. It turned out, well, it was fun. It was different, right? I don't usually draw on wrinkled, messed up pieces of paper. In fact, I usually look for the most pristine piece of paper possible. In fact, I pull out a piece of paper, and if I accidentally wrinkle it or fold it or smudge it in the process of pulling it out, or if it has any even just even the most minor defect to the piece of paper, I'll cast it aside and search for a perfect piece of paper on which to draw. But here, no, I drew on the crumpled piece of paper, and it kind of took me back to when I would be like bored in school, or bored at home, or really bored anywhere, waiting at the doctor's office or the airport or something, and well, I don't know, I'm saying you, but I really mean me, you would draw on whatever you had, right? You would make do. I didn't have the money or the make do to be able to go to the art store or Amazon and buy so many nice pads of paper. I mean, I guess I did have like notebooks of paper, but these were like spiral bound lined notebooks, and I was so often like smashing them down into my book bag. None of my sheets of paper were perfect back in the day. None of them. And it kind of took me back. You would just draw, okay? And that's what we were doing here today. But another thing that this reminded me of was how sometimes I would do some drawings after making some patterns with watercolor first, stuff like that, and how there are little lines and stuff like that you don't really control, right? I would just kind of pour watercolors on there with the brush. And so here there are a lot of creases on the paper, and I could kind of follow them around and let that guide the flow and the structure of my drawing. I could still make decisions on what to do with the creases in the paper, but the structure was already there, and I could kind of build on that. And it was pretty fun. If I was going to do something like this again, I think I might like to try starting with, well, a pristine piece of paper. It doesn't have to be pristine, but starting with a largely uncrumpled piece of paper, and then try to make my own crumples. Maybe that defeats the whole purpose of it, right? Because I think maybe from this I'm just supposed to learn to go with what I've got and make do, and not, try to strive for perfection. But it could be a fun exercise to try to crumple my own piece of paper, to twist it and fold it and crumple it and make my own lines, because there are, in this piece of paper, you'll notice there are two kind of It's kind of, the structures kind of form like a ladder. There are two vertical lines going on each side of the paper because that's where the pen was, right? And then the paper was folded in over the pen and kind of wrapped and rolled around it. But you could do all sorts of things, make all sorts of weird little patterns with the folds and then draw on top of it. And I had a light kind of shining down across it to kind of make the relief more visible with the shadows cast across it. And it was fun. I had a good time. I mostly used just one of those black featureless pencils. Near the end of the drawing, I used one or two others that seemed like they were maybe a softer, darker lead to create some darker accents. I didn't use the mechanical pencil much, the cross pen, and I didn't use the pens at all. I'll come back to those at some other time and use those in a different video. I just wanted to use the pencils in this one. That's what happened, and that's fine. But I like how it turned out. It's a little bit, it doesn't really look like anything in particular, but it's okay. It's still, I think it's interesting to look at, and it was interesting to do too. So anyways, yeah, go for the crumple if you want to. I think it's really just, like I mentioned, it's just a really valuable lesson to not hang on to perfection too much. The fact that the paper was all crumpled helped me to let go of the drawing a little bit, keep it a little bit looser and sketchier, which, I mean, I could have been very precise and detailed with the drawing, and that would have been also okay, but it was just like mentally, I think it was healthy for me to not draw on a perfect piece of paper, because then it reminded me that my drawing doesn't have to be perfect, because when I think that my drawing has to be perfect, that's when you start beating yourself up for every little thing, which I'm usually pretty good at, but I'm not perfect, unfortunately. Was it some famous quote that says perfection is the enemy of progress? I think that was Winston Churchill or something. And Voltaire said, the best is the enemy of the good. Also, I've been reading more audiobooks while I draw and edit. I finished reading the Atomic Habits book by, who is that by? James Clear. And then I read The Discoverers. The Discoverers, A History of Man's Search to Know His World and Himself. I don't know about that subtitle. It didn't really feel like a history of man's... I guess it is. Basically, The Discoverers was a book about how things like maps and compasses and navigation, stuff like that was invented. It's pretty interesting. I liked it. And now I'm reading a much different book called The Emperor of All Maladies, a biography of cancer by Siddhartha Mukherjee, it's a big book. The other one, that Discoverers book I read, was 5 hours long. This one is 22 hours long. But I've only got 11 hours left, so I'm making progress, and I just feel like, I don't know, cancer is kind of a downer topic, but I am a Cancer, so I figured I should read up on it and learn more about it. It's always been kind of a weird, nebulous topic in my mind. Like, it's a scary thing. It's an unknown thing to me. People just kind of, no one who's super close to me has died of it. I've had like relatives, but I figure, you always hear these statistics, like 1 in 6 people or something like this. But so I feel like, hey, I mean, I might get it one day. I should read up. I should know about it. I just don't want it. I don't like this feeling that sometimes there's like these big unknowns in my head, things I don't know about, but I just keep on living. They gnaw and tug at me. Sometimes I do like not knowing, because then I can wonder. But then when it's something like life and death like this, I don't know. Sometimes I do like knowing, because then when it casually comes up in conversation, I can be like, actually. No, I don't think I usually go actually. I try to come up with a less annoying way to insert my trivia. I don't know if knowing about cancer is trivia, but probably some parts about it is trivial. Like Hippocrates came up with it's called cancer because Hippocrates thought that some tumors looked like a crab. And I think it's not that well named. Well, I think most people agree it's not that well named because most tumors don't look like crabs, but there is some idea of, tumors, and they spread like, they have like little fingers that spread out and grab onto the body, maybe like crab's legs or something. And even if it's not the best name, it's like a potent name. It's a strong idea that stuck in people's heads for various reasons. And so it hung on, right? And so, like I went through all these. I learned a lot about cancer already, and there's still 11 hours left. So, basically, I'm just getting into the part of the book now. I guess I'm halfway through, where they're starting to get into the part where they're learning about cancer prevention. So, anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you all that, but cheers. I'm gonna go work on the next video now. I don't know what it's gonna be. Pretty much when I decide what the next video is gonna be, I just kind of sit around and daydream and I say, Peter, what do you feel like doing right now? And then whatever little thought rises to the top of my head, that's the video that I try to make. And then sometimes during the process, maybe near the beginning of that process or near the end, somewhere around there, sometimes my ideas change, and then I just try to swing and go with it. It's all right. All right. Anyways, see you later, everyone. Have a good day. Hope you're all doing okay. All right. Goodbye.